Our first map is Dual Site, and that's been a really good map for Terran, and I love Carlo, so I'm going to say ClouD takes it 2-1.
Well, I mean, ClouD had an excellent start in our NASL season, and we hyped him up a lot back then. But I know from also personal contact, but also how he stated it in several interviews and also in a blog once, or he tweeted about it, that he was just not feeling too well lately in his personal life. He had some issues, but he's been working on it, and he said he was starting to feel better again. And I felt the timing was really unfortunate because I felt that ClouD was playing so good, and suddenly, like with ClouD, it's always like either he's a top tier player or suddenly he becomes a good Terran, but one of the many. And it's gonna be close today, I think, as I feel ClouD is on the right way back again. But I think Liquid Zenio is going to take it, man. He's been playing so well recently.
Every player in the world has a good day skill level and a bad day skill level, and the best players in the world, the two are very close. ClouD, his good day, he might be able to beat MVP. But on his bad day, he might be able to lose to Elliot.
To Mr. Bitter.
I could never beat ClouD.
This is a very big game, by the way, guys. This is the biggest game of the day. Liquid Zenio is right now third in our division. He has a 5-2 record, so 5 wins, 2 losses. And ClouD is somewhere in the middle. He has 3 wins and 3 losses. So if ClouD wins today, he basically gives himself a winner to at the final play. They still even things up with Zenio. And then, of course, he has the record of beating Zenio in the head-to-head match. So this is a big day for ClouD. If ClouD wins this day, he keeps all of his play of dreams still alive.
It's big for more than just ClouD, though. It's also big for everybody that's beneath Zenio. Stefano really needs Zenio to lose here. Niden would benefit from a loss here as well. A Zenio loss, I should say.
TT1 would benefit from a Zenio
You're
loss.
absolutely right. TT1, if Zenio loses, holds on to second place, or I guess shares it with Stefano, which is, well, I guess he can't share it with Stefano because Stefano beat him. And it also depends on map score. That's so confusing the way we have to keep track of everything, Kev.
Yeah, it is kind of confusing, certainly with the 5 divisions, but have no worries, guys. Soon we're going to clear everything up with awesome videos, and you guys will know exactly who's in good position and who still has some work to be done. But of course, as long as you win your division, you're going to be in really good shape, and you're automatically qualified for the playoffs.
Nice opening from ClouD here. Opens up with the gas just to keep this drone honest because Zenio was scouting, but then doesn't mine any gas or stops mining gas momentarily so we can start that command center. This means ClouD's still going to be able to get those fast hellions out, but his CC is going to be very quick as well. So nice economic opening here for ClouD, whereas Zenio just doing the standard hatch first into, I guess, link speed.
Kind of an in-between version between the no gas fast expand build
and the Hellion expand.
And the Hellion expand build. We'll see. Might throw Zenio's timings off just a little bit. Dual Side has a very wide natural, so it's always hard to super or to prepare perfectly against Hellions. Then again, man, with the new queen, it almost feels like nothing is. Ooh, did Zenio? Is Zenio able to spot? No, he was not able to spot. Don't you feel that if he puts the drone like right here, he's able to see it?
Maybe. It could just be just out of range. It's almost.
I think he was just afraid of a marine or something.
Yeah, it could have been. Really questionable CC placement. It might have been spotted if the drone popped up. Would have been close. Anyway, we can see second racks already down for ClouD, which makes me think we might see something like, I was going to say maybe something like the MVP push where you do the fast tanks with no upgrades on the Marines, but instead he is going to swap out the factory with the barracks. So it'll be Hellions into some bio play, which is still good stuff.
I'm curious to see how many Hellions ClouD is going to produce. Since the traditional 4 Hellions is just not enough anymore to really pose a threat to these queens. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
Yep, the new queen very good against basically everything. Yeah, there's really no other way to put it. But still, Terrans, even though Hellions are not as effective as they were prior to the change, Terrans still need to make those Hellions because whether or not the Hellions can really duke it out with the queens, they can still be an effective tool in delaying or denying that creep spread. So you've got to get them out there.
It might not be like, I don't think you can completely prevent it anymore, but you still delay it just a little bit and you force an additional queen. Now I'm not even sure if that's a good thing or not because additional queens might be good for the Zerg after all.
You silly goose.
What happens?
Fastest 3 base against Terran ever. This drone going up here and... Oh, maybe not. I'm pretty sure he's going to take a third there. 6-minute, 45-second third.
Quick stim for ClouD as well, man. And the start is already on the way, so we might actually see ClouD getting aggressive with a lot of stim Marines, a couple of Hellions, and then also 1 or 2 medevacs, which I think could be very hard for Zenio to deal with, certainly when he goes up to 3 bases that quick.
Yeah, from a build order standpoint, I think this is really good for ClouD. Anytime you want to put on early aggression, and you find yourself against a Zerg player who's trying to take a very fast third base.
ClouD doesn't know it yet, though.
He doesn't know it yet, but it just kind of works out that he's going to have a lot of units at a time in the game when Zenio's not going to have that many, even going Evo Chamber Roach Warren. So Zenio trying to move towards a Roach-centric mid-game. We'll see if ClouD attacks before he can get there. Whoa, ClouD, pay attention.
Roasts a couple of Zerglings. Zenio's going to get a good overlook scout off over here in the north side of ClouD, his base. I'm not sure how much he's going to be see, but I think he's going to see pretty much everything, Ben. He's going to see the Rex with the tech lab, and you can probably guess that it's Timpack, and he's going to spot its starport as well, and that should be a pretty big tell. Yeah,
it's a really important scout. Sees this Marine count, sees this the researching tech lab, and sees no third command center, which is critically important. So ClouD is moving out now with those first 2 medevacs. And Zenio immediately starts producing units. He's got a Baneling nest coming down, which is huge. Baneling's so good in this current metagame. This Marine Hellion push really gets shut down hard by Banelings.
But still, it's going to be pretty tough, Ben. And those Hellions did do a very good job in preventing creep from being spread. So basically, it's going to be very hard for Banelings to get good connections off on all of these Marines. And I really like how this is shaping up for our Italian Terran player.
Yeah, looking pretty good. Baneling nest's not done yet, and there's not that many units out. And it all comes down to how this engagement works out. These queens are going to be so important, but ClouD with pretty good positioning immediately gets into that natural, reposition the Hellions, and he does. So good stuff thus far. Zenio is morphing some Banelings. He's got 4 of them on the way. He's going to need a perfect connection if he's going to clean this up.
He only has 4 Roaches, Ben. 10 Zerglings and 4 Banelings. He's going to need really good connections indeed.
Stem goes down, and that's a great job by Zenio. Cleans up everything. What was a very scary moment turns into
Look at those Queens, Ben, picking off one of the medevacs as well.
Maybe the other one?
That would have been super sick.
Hit the afterburners.
And if ClouD only knew, Ben, about this base over here, then he would have probably just pushed over here.
Follow the creep highway, and he might actually spot it. Why are you spreading creep this way, Zenio, says ClouD.
And ClouD is going to spot it right now, and he's going to hate himself for not being able to push over here on this turret base.
Yeah, really nice defense there by Zenio. Let's go ahead and take another look as we see the Marines and the Marines and Hellions of ClouD do get positioned very well. He wants to pick off this hatcher, or at least kill a ton of drones, but Zenio, doing an impeccable job in this defense, manages to get those Banelings morphed nice and patient. It's so critical that you don't engage this too soon. If you use the Lings and the Banelings won't connect, Zenio does it exactly how you want to do it. Beautiful connections, cleans it all up, and right back into the game we go. As ClouD has managed to get a third command center completed. But he is down in supply. Also, a little bit, well, I don't want to say he's down economically. 52 SCVs to 64 drones, and when he has double orbital, it's pretty close, pretty comparable.
And he's going to be on triple, well, probably not triple orbital. I guess he's going to make a planetary fortress out of this base. Certainly on a map like dual site when it's so open.
I was thinking the same.
Would make a lot of sense. And he has an engineering bay already, of course. He's going for the upgrades, and 1-1 is on the way. ClouD, what are you going to make? Planetary?
Now that Zenio has more or less dealt with the initial push from ClouD, he's getting very busy with that creep spread already nearing the top left corner. That's ClouD's ultimate 4th base, most likely. And is just marching through the middle as well, so nice creep spread thus far by Zenio. ClouD just going to sit back, kind of turtle up a bit, see if he can't muster a great army. He is going to make a planetary at that 3rd base, just as you predicted, Kev. And Zenio going to take a 4th upon realizing what he's up against.
His +1 attack is almost ready as well. You will see the 2nd armor upgrade is already on the way. I love his macro hatch as well in the middle of this main base. Allows him to keep his main queen nice and low on energy as well. He's very active with Lings. He's not able to do all that much, but I still like it when Zergs try to find openings. Of course, most of the time against Terran players, certainly as good as ClouD, you're not going to be able to do all that much. But hey, it's always worth being active and losing 2 or 3 Lings in the process. It's no big deal because you get a lot more information in return.
I couldn't agree more. And I love the mid game that Zenio is going to play. There was a period when Zergling Infester and then Roach Infester was like what everybody did. Terrans have gotten really good against it, so now we're actually seeing Zenio go Zergling Infester Baneling, which gives you so much more killing power against these Marines. I love that deviation, and a very fast hive as well, so Zenio doing some really cool stuff. There's no Spire down, so it looks like he's going to round out his army with Ultralisks, which I don't mind at all. He does have a great economy, and he'll be able to sustain this just fine with 4 bases, 8 gas.
And we can see those upgrades are already working quite well for him, since his 2nd armor upgrade now is almost ready too. He's also getting Banelings already, Burrow already. Yeah, Crowley has quite a few banelings. No, he only has 4 banelings. Has to be careful right now. I love this leapfrogging by ClouD, by the way. This makes a lot of sense from the planetary over here.
Yeah.
Through this Nero choke. I think that's perfect.
ClouD's one of the best tank pushers in the foreign scene. He very seldom finds himself unsieged with all of his tanks. Very patient with his pushes, but also very fast with those pushes. And he's doing a nice job making his way forward from that planetary, as you said.
He's going to drop a couple of Marines behind the mineral line as well. I'm not sure if Zenio's going to be able to deal with that in time. He's going to get a... No, he's not going to get a surround. He's going to land a fungal. This medevac, though. But these Marines definitely did quite a bit of damage, but fungals do go down.
I don't know if there's enough energy to kill the medevac. Maybe with the Queen there, but ClouD is going to sneak out of there. Zenio not able to
Not
finish
sure
that
if
off.
he really wants it. I mean, maybe he had enough energy, but do you really want to waste 4 fungals to kill 1 medevac?
No, I don't think so.
Not now, at least. Later on, okay, but not now.
ClouD threatens to drop in the main, but Zenio does have Lings there. Great job by Zenio.
Zenio has a lot of money, man, and he's still making drones. He's already at 79 drones. I think it's absolutely crazy he's still making 12 drones right now.
Yeah, that's pretty questionable in my opinion. He is getting the adrenal glands upgrade, though, so that does mean that he is in an unlosable position, assuming that upgrade finishes. Ultralisk Cavern and Spire also going down for Zenio.
It's a race against the clock. ClouD is pushing right now throughout the middle of the map as well with a second additional force, trying to force the cancel on the fourth base. Beautiful fungo here by Zenio.
Oh yeah, great fungo by Zenio, but I love this multi-pronged aggression by ClouD. He's going to get down into the fourth base pretty much uncontested. And the 2 banelings that are morphing there I do not feel are going to be enough. ClouD with a very nice army with tank support. Ling's going to come and try to surround these tanks, but the tanks absorbing so much damage and the Marines clean everything up.
I mean,
awesome push by ClouD.
Beautiful upgrades by ClouD as well. Having 2-2 on those Marines, you could really see that paying off so much in that fight. Because if those Lings would have had better upgrades than those Marines, that could have gone the other way.
First Ultras are on the way for Zenio. Man, I cannot believe that ClouD is able to split up his army and be so effective on 2 fronts. This is really impressive. As he has denied the 4th expand of Zenio. Now we've got a 3-base Zerg against a 3-base Terran, and ClouD's going to be pretty comfortable from that position.
This was a truly beautiful push by ClouD, and as you said, so ballsy, because normally you're worried enough making a push on one side of the map. He's going to end up losing this hatch straight away.
Ooh, but ClouD also going to lose all these units. They have done their job, but it's still...
But on the same moment, ClouD is straight away going to try to push over here on this original 3rd base from Zenio. A lot of Marines are dealing so much damage.
I think it's probably going to fall. Transfusion's going to go down. Needs 1 more fungal. Marines melt away, but ClouD and that Navy SEAL squad do pick off that expansion. Again, Zenio immediately starts it in the midst of this pressure, and again immediately loses that hatchery. Zenio being a little bit careless. Ultra's finally going to enter the fray, and there's not that much army here to deal with, and ClouD's going to want to fall back to that planetary.
A couple of burrowed infestors. I love the Zenio burrowed infestors, because how often don't you see good Terran players pick off as many infestors as possible straight away with tanks? Wow, I could barely see those tanks.
Man, I love ClouD's TVZ. It's a very action-oriented. He does not sit back and just play passively like some of the other European Terrans. Zenio is finishing up 3-3. ClouD also
if you
working
say
on...
that, Ben, you have to give out names. Don't kiss it. Go say it. Who are you thinking of?
I'm thinking of guys like Cass and Happy.
Do you think Cass plays a boring TVC style?
I don't want to... Oh, come on, man. I love Misha. I don't want to say that he's boring, but he's very passive. He's a macro player. I mean, well, that's kind of a broad term. ClouD's also a macro player, but... you seldom see Cass making crazy multi-prong pushes like we just saw there. He likes to kind of macro while dropping with 2 medevacs at a time.
I mean, Happy I would definitely agree with, but Happy's very proud of it as well.
Yes.
Like, Happy never attacks in TVP. He's the only Terran that feels super confident late game. He's like, if I only survive like the 15 to 25 minute mark, I'm going to be more than fine. That's Happy's
That's true.
TVP. ClouD is going to drop into the main base, man. This could be a very successful drop. I'm not actually sure where the Spire is, never mind.
He's got another drop on the bottom right-hand side of the map that's going to threaten to deny that
pick up the spawning pool. That would be a very nice pickup.
I think it's going to work, as Zenio is nowhere near being in position. He's just poised at his 3rd base.
Well, Zenio, what are you doing?
Pool is going to fall. ClouD also fighting on the bottom right. He's going to lose these units to some well-positioned Zerglings. Good job preserving that base. Zenio has to keep these bases up if he wants to win this game. It's still very close.
It's still a very close game indeed, because I feel that ClouD, despite all the nice plays that he made so far, Ben, he's still kind of stuck on 3 bases. I mean, he has that 4th command center floating over here, but where is he going to expand? There's creep everywhere.
Yeah, there really is creep everywhere. He's making a strong push on Zenio's 3rd once again. Ultralisk Infestor is basically the unit composition, and Zenio can't make Lings right now, so his answer is just to build more Ultras.
I mean, this is a very strong army from Zenio, but it doesn't feel like a maxed out Zerg to me.
Yeah, the Ultras are very, very supply intensive, but look at this great engagement by Zenio, catching every single siege tank. ClouD is well positioned, though. He's got so many units. Maybe he'll still hold. Yeah, I think he will still hold. Zenio tries to kill everything instead of just containing himself to kill the units on the high ground. A ClouD dropping that base, still picking it off. Beautiful play by the Italian.
Well, a lot of queens over here. I would have loved to see Zenio bring those queens in the battle. He could have definitely dropped a couple of transfusions.
He's still going to try to use some
to make those ultras, Ben.
These units going to get sectioned off. The ultras are finally going to be spawning, Kev. But Zenio way down in supply, and because he's lost these hatcheries over and over, he's got kind of a limited amount of larvae to work with. Production tab shows that he is building 20 Lings and 2 Ultras, but that is not going to be enough, I feel, to deal with his well upgraded Terran Ball.
And I really feel that the way that ClouD has been playing, that he's been dropping all over the map, making fights happen around the map, forced Zenio to leave himself a lot of units behind on certain bases. And I feel that's why the army wasn't as big as it could have been. Because did that feel like a maxed out Zerg army to you?
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, this is actually starting to get a lot bigger right now.
Oh, that
beautiful
fungal, incredible fungal. That Terran army just disintegrating.
But still,
ClouD still focusing infestors.
Yeah, exactly, picking up a couple of those also important infestors. This army, this fight just never ends. We see a lot of reinforcements coming in. Still quite a few Marauders on very low HP Ultra list. I would love to see ClouD pick that one up. It's only one hit, ClouD.
And that's exactly what he does. Good awareness there by ClouD. Marauder is still going to stand and fight. Marauders are so brave.
A lot of idling medevacs over here. ClouD is finally trying to expand over here on the left top side of this map. ClouD is still up 34 supply as well.
Yeah, and God, the resources, both these guys macroing really, really well. Keeping their money nice and low in spite of all the action that's been happening around the map. Nice work in the middle of the map by Zenio, picks off a couple of medevacs.
Ooh, burrowed banelings, just a little bit out of reach. Unfortunate.
Small hit squad on the right side, going to make their way down towards the new expansions of Zenio, while Zenio tries to deny this top left base of ClouD. I think ClouD's got enough there, though. Maybe. Actually, he's gonna retreat. And actually, I think this works out pretty well. Ooh, maybe not with the infestors coming in.
So you're gonna be careful with those infestors. I don't want to lose too many of them. He's gonna probably end up losing that one single ultra as well. But at least he forced a cancel on this planetary
fortress. Look at these Marauders, man. They just never die. And yeah, the planetary was canceled, but the CC stays alive. And in ClouD, he does finally get cleaned up down there in the bottom right. Still 40 supply up, and Zenio's having a real hard time mustering a new max.
Nice fungals right there, but yes, Zenio has to be so careful. All his ultras are so low on HP, he's going to end up losing all 3 of them.
Great job here by ClouD, and he's going to be able to pick off some infestors as well. Zenio forced to fall back here, and those are losses that he cannot afford to take. Down below 100 supply, and he's even going to lose this hatchery. Where are his reinforcements? He just doesn't have the money for it right now. He's building a handful of Lings and infestors and banelings, but I'm afraid that he's just a little bit too spread out.
Really beautiful game by ClouD. He's just always pushing the issue at one place, but also somewhere else. He's never just attacking once, always going for multi-prong, and he's making Zenio paranoid. Zenio often leaving way too many units. This might not be the best job here by ClouD. ClouD's gonna end up losing both medevacs straight away.
Both medevacs in every single unit except for like 2. So that's a good job there by Zenio. Makes those supplies that much closer, 103 to 130. But again,
this base on the right bottom side of the map, Ben.
It looks like it's doomed to a short life, Kev, as ClouD is going to go ahead and bear down on it once more. This time he's probably going to be able to deny it, as there's just not that many units here for Zenio.
He's bringing in the reinforcements, though. I mean, the army is big of ClouD, but it's also not extremely big. One Baneling gets a perfect connection with a hero Baneling. But will Zenio be able to keep this hatch alive?
It's going to be close, but I don't think that he can, as the Marines and Marauders... Oh, ClouD, just click on it once. Actually, he's just going to kill everything and then kill the hatch. Wow. That Terran army, man, those upgrades really helping out a ton. Everything well upgraded on both sides of the equation, but that Terran army in the late game just becomes so much more cost effective. And ClouD pulling further and further ahead at 70 supply to 150. I think these could be the waning moments of this game, Kev.
So it seems Zenio fell all the way back to 64 supply right now, and the only thing that he can really afford to make right now is just a bunch of Zerglings. Beautiful game by our Italian Terran. This is the ClouD we know, and this is also the ClouD that we love, man.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful gameplay. Pushing down on Zenio's final mining expansion. He's going to clean this up. And Zenio forced to tap out. GG ClouD taking game number 1 in commanding fashion. Dual site's been a very hard map for Zerg this season in the North American Star League. So It was a tough game, but it does not surprise me that Cloud was able to take that one.
And I feel that these type of TVZs are also the type of TVZs where Cloud is able to excel. I feel this is what he's best at against, and I feel this is how Cloud loves to play, with a lot of fights around the map, being active with tanks, leapfrog, being able to basically push the issue on several spots at the same time. And I feel that Cloud is a lot weaker against these passive Zergs who just sit back, wait for a lot of Broodlords and Corruptors. I feel that that's Cloud's weakness in TVZ. I might be completely wrong.
No, I completely agree with you.
I'm speaking for someone else's matchup, but that's kind of how I feel when I watch him. And I feel when games play out like this, Cloud is at his best.
Yeah, when he's able to multitask. That was a fun game to cast, a fun game to watch, and I guarantee it was a fun game to play. Cloud looked very good there. That game brought to you by Azo monitors. We like Azo, as you can see. Azo. And now we're going to play a commercial.